Welcome back, crew, to beautiful Haulover Inlet and Boats versus Haulover, where man and machine take on Mother Nature down here at the inlet in South Florida. As we can see by our first guy coming in, there's some white caps in the background, a little bit of a rough day. Now, this boat's big, so they have no issues, but let's see how the rest of our captains fare as they step in the ring and do battle with the inlet. And of course, that is going to bring us to the first round of our competition. And here in the first round, the boats are going to toss a pursuit in the ring to see if they can go ahead and get on the board first. But let's go, ring the bell, round one. Our crew is coming out a little slow. Again, kind of a rough day down here at Haulover. You can't always come out swinging. Sometimes you got to take it a little easy. But our guy's going to want to lean into this throttle just a little more and try and trim those motors up because he's just barely staying above these white caps. But I'm a little shocked as well as I'm noticing there's somebody in the bow of the boat. It is a rough day to have anybody up there. If he winds up stuffing it, this person could be in trouble. As they get out into the rough rollers, it gets a little wilder. They do wind up stuffing it right there. But I mean, he's got the windshield wipers going the whole way out. That person in the bow has to be absolutely drenched. And it's not just one. There were two people up there. It looks like he's got mom and son up in the bow, and they're trying to move around. Mom knocks son back down, knowing it's not safe just to be standing around up there. So she winds up taking matters into her own hands and pushing him back into the seat so he doesn't wind up falling down or getting hurt. But unfortunately for this crew, they're going to wind up taking a loss for the boats in the first round. And that's going to move us to the second round of our contest. Haulover takes the early 1-0 edge. And here in the second round, the boats are going to toss a deep impact in the ring to see if they can go ahead and get it tied back up. Now, this crew looks pretty solid. They've got the boat up on plane, trying to let the boat do its job. But in this one, you got to be careful. On a big day like this, heavy following sea, sometimes it'll feel like that carpet just gets pulled right out from underneath you and you wind up burying that bow and stuffing it. But they look really solid as they're entering the mouth of the inlet, hugging the north side, playing it safe, and they're going to wind up entering Haulover without any major issues and taking a win for the boats in the second round. And that will bring us down to the third round, and we are now tied at 1 apiece. Here in the third round, the boats are going to toss a Stamus in the ring to see if they can go ahead and try and take the edge. But here we go. Haulover's throwing some ringers out there as the seas have really started firing down here as this vessel's trying to make its way out. Now, Cap's doing what he's got to do to try and keep this thing from stuffing, but his timing is just horrible on this one as they really have picked probably the worst moment to try and come out of Haulover. Nobody else has had a run in these rougher conditions yet today. Our crew does wind up making it out, but they wind up taking a pounding as they're doing so. So I'm going to go ahead and give that round to Haulover, which is going to give Haulover the 2-1 edge as we move into the fourth round of our contest. Here in the fourth round, the boats are going to toss a Cruiser Yachts in the ring to see if they can go ahead and get it tied back up. Our crew looks pretty solid here as well. They've got the boat barely up on plane, trying to maintain that pace and try and keep that bow up. This boat does have a pretty fair amount of freeboard, but right there, they wind up blasting through a wave, landing hard into another one. But overall, for it being as rough as it is, they wind up doing okay, and they're going to wind up taking a win for the boats. And that's going to bring us to a 2-2 tie as we move into the fifth and final round of our contest. Who will take the win in this episode? Will it be the boats? Haulover? Let's find out as we've got a Hurricane deck boat, of all things, coming out of Haulover here in the final round to try and close us out with people in the bow to top it off. And they are just showing love to the camera. We've got the drone in the air, and they are just waving, having a good time. But Cap's taking it easy. Things have calmed down a little bit down here now. You can still see some of the white caps, but nothing like what we were experiencing by some of the last boats just a little while ago. Again, on a rough day like this, we don't see a ton of action. Things kind of slow down at Haulover, which is exactly what's happened here, but our crew's basically taking a victory lap as they come out and are going to wind up taking a win for the boats, which means the boats are going to take a win in this episode. Thanks for watching, crew. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Boats versus Haulover. If you did, please check out our other content. We have Wavy Boats, who does a bunch of great things down at the inlets. My channel, Broncos Guru, does some great comedy boating videos there as well. And of course, we got the Miami Boat Ramps channel that focuses on all the hilarity that happens at the boat ramps in South Florida. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here.